And this is the pulse. One of the issues that we've been following up for you is on the fuel prices. Now that we've indicated that the pumps have crossed the marks, there's a need for us to hear from the GPRTU. Obviously, they've hinted of an increment in the prices, but what's the next move of the group? Joining us now is Samuel Amwa. He is a national communications team member for GPRTU, who's joining us for a brief discussion on this. So now we have the official figures. Some of the pumps are pricing as high as 11.9 Ghana cedis. So is it confirmed now that you would increase the prices by 30%? And what date should we expect that increment?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Yes, we came out earlier that definitely per where the petroleum product is now, we have to increase our transport fares. As for the reasons, we have given all the reasons why we have to increase the lorry fares, because we were targeting the 10% threshold, that whenever it hits that 10%, that is 8.8. But looking at it today, it has even exceeded, it has gone beyond the 8.8. So definitely the coalition has to meet and then do our calculations. Normally, we don't normally, look at only the petroleum product. We check on the spare parts, we check on the lubricants, we check on the taxes, talking about DVLA taxes, assembly taxes, and insurance. So these are the components we use to run our business. So at the moment, what we have to do is the coalition to call an immediate meeting. Hopefully, maybe by Monday or Tuesday, we have to meet. Then the committee will go out to go and check all these things. Then we'll come out with the percentage that we have to increase. Actually, yes, people think we are still coming out with 30%. For that one, I can't confirm it for now. As I said earlier, it's the committee that has to go and do all these checks. Then they will come out with a percentage, looking at where they gave us the 15%, where the petroleum product was, and now. Then we do all these checks. Then we'll come out with a percentage. So if you ask me as to when the increment will come or how much percentage it will come, for that I can't confirm it for now.
But you're setting that you're setting it will go beyond the 30%. The demand you were making at the time was at the time of the previous pricing window. So now that you're going to make fresh demands and fresh analysis on this, it's setting that you may go beyond the 30%, right?
Oh, for that one, I don't think it has to go beyond 30%, because before, when we proposed this 30%, our checks made us understood that the fuel prices, was increased up to about 34% from when we were giving the 13%. When we were giving the 13%, the fuel was around 6.4, and now by the time they gave us the 15.2, it was 7.99. So looking at it, if we go out there to go and check all these components that I said earlier on that we used to run the businesses, I don't think it has to exceed the 30%, but maybe it will be around that, from 20 or 25. Yes, it will be around that, but then we can't be specific for now.
Already consumers are complaining about the amount involved. Already the 15% that you've implemented appears to be a challenge for those who have to cough up more funds to make up for the demand you're making. Now that you're moving it into the 20% zone, that would mean that consumers would have to pay more. Are you mindful of all of this? And what is your expectation, perhaps from government, that will avert this imminent increase? What's your expectation from government?
You see, our expectation from the government is that, from onset, our intention is not to increase, transport fares, because with the operators, whenever transport fares has been increased, it reduces the number of passengers that do come to our stations. It brings the business down, because there are some short distances. If someone comes and he finds out that the price is too much, and he may prefer to walk instead of picking a taxi or picking a tow truck. So we wanted the government to at least look into the taxes that we were talking about, those nuisance taxes that we think up to now we are not supposed to pay those taxes. So today, if government has to do something about it, come out and maybe reduce those taxes or to scrap them, I think it will help so that it will not push us to increase, our transport fares up to, this margin that people are talking about. So I think the government has to do something about it.
Aside the
it will affect all of us.
So aside the taxes, is that all it has to take for you to reverse that imminent increase that's coming?
Yeah, you see, when the petroleum product, the taxes on the petroleum product, I think it's about 12 taxes on the petroleum product. So at least if government has to sacrifice about 5 of them, it will bring the price down a little bit. Okay, so if it comes down to a certain level that we think we can manage, yes, we can manage, because it will help all of us. Because if the transporters increase their lorry fares, we do work with the market women and all that. When they come to join the vehicles, we take them to wherever they do their businesses. When we charge them high, they also transfer it back to us. Then the hardship is running around we ourselves. So that is why we are saying that the government should look into it so that it will not push us to do this increase that we want to do.
And to the consumers, what should they expect from GPRTU?
To the consumers, what they should expect is that now that it's clear that the fuel price is beyond the 8.8 that we are talking about, definitely there is going to be a transport increment, an upward adjustment of transport increment, and they have to comply. They have to understand us. It is not we are not happy to do that, but then it has gotten to that extent. So they should just bear with that. Else, commuters will just park their vehicles. Cowners will not get monies to repair their vehicle. There are cowners are now taking their vehicles from drivers because they cannot meet their sales. There are some drivers now, they cannot fill their tank. They do one gallon just because at the close of the day, they will use all their money to go and buy fuel. And it's affecting our business. So the way it is now, the passengers should just bear with us so that all of us will go ahead.
Let's see how the coming days will be like. I'm grateful, Samuel Ama, for giving us the latest on this.